Hi, my name is Mark Gober. I've served on the IONS board of directors since 2019, and I wanted to share a bit about my personal journey and why IONS has been so important to it, and also why I think the work that IONS does is so important to the world at large. As I was progressing intellectually and professionally, I thought that our modern science was teaching us more and more that spiritual or mystical ideas were things of the past that we were transcending. I was just shocked starting in 2016 to realize that there was scientific evidence challenging this worldview and that I had never come across it, let alone that there existed an organization founded in 1973, the Institute of Noetic Sciences, which had been consistently publishing peer reviewed papers on this science that challenged the conventional worldview. I was just completely shocked. And this ultimately has led me to write books on these subjects, but also it led me to get involved financially to support this sort of science because it gets to the core of what a human being is and perhaps even why we exist. And from a more sociological perspective, these are the sorts of ideas that I think are going to move society in a much more positive direction once we start to recognize the nature of reality and that we're all interconnected and that there's much more to reality than meets the naked eye. This is where I think that we can start to see real change. And I've noticed this in my personal life. When I started to have a worldview shift, my own life began to change in a much more positive way. And I think the work that IONS is doing as such a credible organization that's been around for such a long time is getting to the core of these fundamental issues about the nature of reality. So I think it's critical for our future what IONS is doing. And I thank all of you for your support of the organization. If you're interested in supporting some of the science financially, I encourage you to follow up with the IONS staff. There's always a need for funding of the science, and there's always more that we want to explore about the nature of reality. Thanks again.